Ah, there you are. Right, pay attention. We're going to be talking about delicate matter. Ablutions. So, how do you manage with those in a small van like this? So you all know what I mean. Washing and toileting. It's something we all do. So, what about places like the permission woodland where there's no toilet facilities? Well, it's the obvious really, isn't it? You go find a tree. We against that. Obviously number twos is a slightly different matter. What you tend to do is you carry one of these, a folding shovel, and obviously you carry a toilet roll, and you go hacking in a bracken, dig yourself a decent sized hole, got to be about a foot deep, do your whatever you need to do in there, chuck the paper in. I know a lot of people say burn the paper on a campfire, but if it's as dry as it has been lately, you're not going to be having a campfire in that woodland for fear of setting lights or everything. So just bury it. It's going to biodegrade anyway. Chuck it in the hole, cover it up with plenty of soil, make sure no other no wild animals dig it up or anything like that. It's there, it's buried, it's out of the way, it's nobody's problem. Of course you can go down the other route of bringing a toilet with you, and there are various options available on the market. You've got the very basic rudimentary, it's basically a frame, like a fold-away seat, but with a hole in the middle that you stick a plastic bag underneath. You do your poo in that, tie the plastic bag up good and tight, chuck it away. There's sort of a few different versions of that. Some come in the folding box style, again with a plastic bag in them. There's also a like the little circular pop-out stool type thing. You click it, it slides out like a telescopic thing. You click it and it locks it. That again is the same principle. Basically, you stick a plastic bag inside that, chuck it away afterwards. Or you could go for the chemical type. Some are basically just a bucket that you stick the chemical in with a lid. Others are slightly more complex, slightly more sophisticated, shall we say, like for the example the porta potty, like the one I've got, which is a complete unit, comes with a holding tank underneath for holding all the waste, and on top you have the assembly that's got the seat on it. It's also got a receiving tank that you fill with flush fluid. It's a diluted fluid you stick in there. There's a set of bellows pump thing on the other side that you press, and that forces the water around the bowl and flushes it. They normally have two types of chemical that go in them. There's a pink chemical, which obviously you dilute, stick in the top tank, and that's your flush liquid. There's a blue chemical which goes in the bottom, that breaks down the waste, and that's not as dilute. I can't remember the ratios of fluid to water. I'll put them up just for reference. And yeah, it's basically a biodegradable fluid that breaks down your effluent, and you just tip it away on the site's facilities or down the drain. Down, not a storm drain, I hasten to add, but down the proper drain designated for disposal of that. Now, fitting the porta potty in this van, I have done it. It's a bit of a squeeze, but you can manage it. What you do, I'll just move the camera around here. There we go. You fold this seat down. Now I made up a special board that goes across there that it sits on, but it is a bit of an issue when you're sitting on there. You haven't got a lot of headroom, and you just sort of sit crouched with your head tucked down like that, but it is doable. Now the other alternative, if you've got the space and the luxury to fit it in, say you're on a site somewhere or in a field with no facilities, is get yourself a toilet tent. And that's exactly what I have done. I've just bought one off Temu, and I'll give you a look round it. Right, and here it is. It's 120T nylon with fiberglass poles, and obviously they go through sleeves on the top. there's a tie out as well on there, which I haven't tied out yet. And you've got clips that clip onto the poles, hold it all together. It's pegged down 4 corners. Plus you've also got loops there for tying guy ropes on. It does come with 4 guy ropes, I've just not fitted them yet. As you can see, plenty of room inside, and we've got a fold away shower tray, more on that in a bit. You've got a loop there for hanging a towel off, pocket up there for, I don't know, putting the toilet roll in, I suppose, keeps it off the ground. You've got a vent in the back there if things get a bit stinky. You can open that up, let a bit of fresh air in. And comes with a lamp loop for nocturnal toileting activities. So we've dealt with the toileting aspects. Now that toilet tent can also be used as a shower tent. We'll give you a demo of that in a bit. Which brings us on to the subject of cleanliness. Now, how do you manage in a small space like this? There's no facilities. Well, basic hand washing, hand sanitizer. If you've got no water, normally I've got plenty of water for washing with. A lot of people advocate the wet wipe wash. You basically go around all your stinky bits with the wet wipes and then chuck them out. Responsibly, of course, leave no trace, remember that. Or you could do what I've just gone and done. Get yourselves a shower kit. Again, another Temu bargain. And we'll give you a look around that now. Now we've got a shower kit, which consists of the shower pump. It's a rechargeable pump with an integral battery in it, the waterproof charging port, and there you go. There's 2 settings on it apparently. I don't know what, not quite sure what either of them do because there weren't many instructions with it. But comes with a decent shower hose and a fairly decent shower head. It's got 3 settings on it. Also comes with an alternative smaller shower head if you just want to do the 3-point wash. The other one. And it comes with this bag, this insulated bag that you put your warm water in. Now that, I've tried it before, it's not very good because it's quite flimsy. You either need a strong hook to hang it off, which if you're using this, you're not going to hang it off that lamp hook because it will just tear the whole lot down. If you stand it on the ground, what tends to happen is it tends to collapse and you lose all your water. So I was fortunate enough to pick this up in Aldi earlier this year when they were having a sale of camping gear, and it's a collapsible bucket. And I'm trying to do that one-handed and I'm not going to be able to manage it. I'll put the camera down and give you a demonstration. There we go. Not bad. It's 10.5 litres. I think it's got more capacity than this thing. And it obviously has the advantage of it's quite rigid, so it will stay upright. And the other good thing is this pump has 4 suction cups on the bottom, which means it will stay put when you put it in there, whereas it won't do with that. So that will get probably used as a cool bag or something, I don't know. And we'll use that bucket. So we'll fill this up with water and we'll give you a little practical demo. Right, so we've got our bucket of warm wet stuff. And we dunk the pump in there. We hang the shower head up on the hook. Leave that dangling there for the moment. And then we switch the pump on. There we go. Oh, hello. And you've got an on-off thing on the shower head. There we go, that's off. That's on. So we're on, what setting are we on? on sprinkle. We've got, that uses more water, or you've got just like a gentle setting for, uses the middle. I'm not really explaining this very well, am I? It uses the middle holes of the head. This one obviously uses the whole head or the outer. So obviously with that middle setting you're going to use more water with all on like that. So I'd go for the slightly less powerful. Now I'm just going to see, because this pump's got two settings, what the second setting does. Ah, right, that puts more pressure behind it. Okay, and that's a less, yeah, right, okay. You see most of the water's going on the floor, not in the tray. But if you're showering in here, you're going to be standing up, you're going to be using the head around you. Well, you may be able to rig it up so that the cordage there holds the hose and keeps the head like that. But you can see this, where the shower head is and where I am. You're going to be holding it above your head, aren't you? And it looks like it's draining. And what, 3 minutes in, let's use 2/3 of a bucket of water. So you're probably going to get about 5 minutes under the shower. So just enough just to wet yourself, turn it off, good soaping round, and then rinse yourself off afterwards. Yeah, there we go. I'll turn him off. And that was a long press to turn it off. We'll just try the smaller shower head. Okay, so we've got the smaller one on now. Oh right, that's like a little idea for hosing stuff down. Tell you what that's handy for, it's for the mountain bike. I've been out on a muddy ride, rather than putting a dirty mountain bike in the back of the van, give it a good wash down. That is bloody useful. Okay, so shower tray's pooling water a little bit, but you can lift it up at one corner and drain it that way. There we go. It's taking a while to drain. Probably just as easy just to tip it out the side like that. And that is bone dry underneath. Marvellous. Okay, so I've gone for the cheap option there. That's the Temu special. There are better ones available on the market. They are a bit more pricey. Flextail, for example, they do the complete kit all in one, which is a big orange water bag that you fill up with water. It's got the pump built in. You click the shower hose straight into it and away you go. You do pay a bit more for that sort of product, but they are sort of worth it if you're using it quite often. Now, we've dealt with personal hygiene. Now, what happens when you've run out of clean pants and socks and there's not a laundrette nearby? Well, you've got the option of hand washing, I suppose. I wouldn't recommend going down to the local stream and bashing your socks on a rock to try and clean them, because you don't want to be putting all sorts of nasties into the water, not just from your socks but any detergents or whatever. So you'd get a bucket of water and hand wash, scrub them in that. Or you could make life a little bit easier, and there are a number of camping washing machines available on the market. Some are like a transparent tub barrel thing with a pump in the bottom that spins round, agitates the water up. You put your stuff in and that does pretty much the same job as an old-fashioned washing machine. There is the other option, which I've gone down the road of. Now, I've seen some collapsible washing machines that are run on the same principle, but I've already got a collapsible bucket, so all I need is the whirly bit to go in the bottom. And here it is. We'll switch him on. And that's supposed to stir the water up and act like a washing machine. So we'll fill the bucket with water, bung some socks in, a little bit of detergent, and see how it does. So we have one bucket of water. We have one whirly thing. So I put in the middle. We have one pair of socks. Now these are clean, these aren't dirty socks, but we'll put them in. We'll put a little bit of detergent in. Don't want a lot, do we? Not we want that. Quarter of a cup full, I reckon. Right, we'll switch it on and see what it does. This could be interesting. I can see an issue there straight away, look. Your socks get caught around the lead. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, that's not brilliant. Again. Oh, that's better. There we go. That suction cup keeps undone on the side. It's doing the job. Well, I think it kind of works. Will certainly smell cleaner. There we go. Yeah, I think that's more of an emergency use device really than anything else. It spins all right though, look at that. Yeah, that's all right if you've got a couple of odd pairs that, I don't know, say you're away for about 4 nights and you've only got 2 nights worth, you want to get a wash on halfway through. I suppose it's all right for that, but I wouldn't use it for anything bigger than socks or pants. Yeah, it's of limited use. I mean, it is kind of useful, I suppose. Yeah. Jury's out on that one. Right, I've took it out. That thing's full of water. I don't know how the water's got in, because it's supposed to be sealed, but it's definitely sloshing about in there. Yeah, don't buy that one. So there we go, we've tackled toileting, showering, cleaning, laundry. What more do you want? Well, that's it from me. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Just a little brief one I've just cobbled together basically, just to show you some of the crap I've bought again. Yeah, if you like what you've seen, why not subscribe to the channel? Or drop a comment in the comment section below. Click the like icon, the thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio, books.